Hey guys, how's it going? Long time no see, long time no video. Let me just briefly explain. So I've been really busy, and of course we had the holidays, and then I got really sick. And I'm not even convinced I'm fully over it, but by the end of the year, the beginning of the new year, I was really sick. And probably the sickest I've been in quite some time. I don't want to go through that again. And I'm not, again, convinced that I'm fully over it. But the reason I'm making this video is two things. Because it's been such a long time, and secondly, I just got an comment on my profile from EOMK10, I think. Izay, I guess his name is. Anyways, he's wondering about Liverpool. And I've been watching, of course, the EPL, English Premier League, this season, as I usually do. And of course, this season, Liverpool is on top. They're first place. Last time I looked, I think they were 4 points clear or something like that. But they're in a really good position, not just because of their 4 points clear, because that's really not a lot, considering it's only January, but considering how Chelsea is playing, Arsenal is playing. Really, I think their most viable threat is Manchester United. Go figure, right? Now, today I learned, or I'm sure probably most of you have learned, that Rafael Benitez, the manager of Liverpool, declined a new contract. Now, I'm not sure what that really means. In America, that would really just mean that the manager is looking to get a better deal, or he's really dissatisfied and just wants to leave. I think it's probably the latter with Rafael Benitez. I'm not sure he's completely happy with the American owners of Liverpool, and maybe looking for a way out and saying, hey, my contract is up, I'm not going to renew. Or it could be just a way of saying, you know, I've gone through a lot of trouble with this club, and we've won the Champions League, and we've done very well in European football, but I want my, I want some reward for that. Now, I don't know what he makes, I don't know what kind of benefits he receives, but either way, I really don't blame him. I don't blame him if he wants more money, I don't blame him if he's unhappy. The situation in Liverpool has been less than ideal, especially with the owners squabbling about a new stadium, and then with the economic downturn deciding, hey, we're not going to do a new stadium, or we're going to do a new stadium. I don't even know where it really is situated, but I'm sure a lot of Anfield supporters aren't too upset if they're not going to go through with the new stadium, and I can't say I blame them. In regards to Liverpool, are they going to stay on top? Really, again, I think the only threat is Manchester United. I think Chelsea has been inconsistent. They've been very, very good at times, brilliant at times, as has Arsenal. But Arsenal has been just dreadful or awful at times too, and it's just like, is this even a Premier League team? And I think Chelsea, while they haven't had as bad of downturns as Arsenal has had, they're still lacking consistency, and maybe it's because of all the personalities on Chelsea, and they're combating with one another. And Didier Drogba, maybe he's not as happy as some people like to make him out to be, and he just wants out, and who knows. The other reason that I'm making this video, not just because I haven't made a video in a long time, but I did see that comment from EOW10 or something. I can't even remember what your name is. Anyways, I saw that you may be from Ghana, and one of my best friends is from Ghana in Africa, and his name is William, and he is a big football supporter too, especially when Ghana did so well in the 2006 World Cup, only succumbing to Brazil. I think it was in the quarterfinals, and we were both hoping that it would be Ghana somehow to upset Brazil, so they could go through and end up playing England. Of course, England ended up losing to Portugal. I believe it's quite some time ago, and of course Ghana lost to Brazil. But it was very interesting watching it. We did watch the Argentina-Germany match, and I think both of us were rooting for Germany, and they prevailed in penalty shootout, so that was really good. But anyway, so I kind of have this semi-connection to Ghana, and I'm very much interested in that area, in the region. Of course, Didier Drogba from Chelsea is from the Ivory Coast, so we got to see him play in the World Cup too, and as Ivory Coast was in there, and of course Nigeria is another team that always does fairly well. Anyways, so at long last, I'm making a video, and hey, I may even make another video soon after this one. But for my thing about Liverpool is, yeah, I think they can do it. I think if they remain consistent, that doesn't mean always getting victories, but avoid the losses. You know, you can get some draws here and there, but avoid the losses and avoid a prolonged drought. I think they'll do just fine. I think maybe what's been a problematic in the past is that they've gotten a slow start. They were really trying to play catch up a couple seasons ago, and it gets to the point where it starts to get overwhelming when you see the play of Chelsea and Liverpool, or I'm sorry, Manchester United and Arsenal, and you say, gosh, how are we ever going to get there? Well, I mean, they ended up, finishing third or fourth, and did very well, but it took all that energy just to get up to that position. So I think if they play consistently, I think they should remain first. They still have matches against their rivals, Manchester United, which they beat earlier in the season, and Chelsea and Arsenal, etc., etc. But not next week. Tomorrow we got some matches. I think Chelsea plays Stoke City, and yeah, I don't know. Stoke City, they impress me to some extent, and other times they just kind of, I don't know, not impress me very much. I will say that I am impressed by Wigan this season. They've been playing very well. Steve Bruce, their manager, formerly a Manchester United player, doing very well. Hull City is doing very well. West Brom, I wish they would. I mean, they're not. I mean, even though they're in the last position, the 20th position, they're not that far out in points. I mean, it's not like they're Sunderland about 2 or 3 years ago, where they were just, had 10 points and there was no way they were even going to get out of the bottom. West Brom, certainly, if they put a string of victories or draws together, they can be in the 17th or 16th position. So it's not out of the question. But if that remains, who's going to go down then? Is it going to be Sunderland? Is it going to be teams like Bolton, or trying to think, even Man City? Man City's got all these players, and for the first time in a long time, I actually enjoy watching them play. But Man City, you got to get some consistency, even though you have all these different personalities on the team. You got to put some victories together. Okay, that's about it, I guess. Don't want to ramble on too much, but so yeah, I think Liverpool will do just fine. Okay, guys, bye.